Hi, Karen Curry Parker here with your weekly Quantum Human Design Energy Report for the week starting on Monday, June the 2nd. So I have some good news. I actually think I have some good news for this entire month. So June is a month where we start to see some of the chaos and some of the feeling gummed up energy that many of us have been experiencing over since the beginning of the year. Some of that energy is going to dissipate. Now, I want to be really clear when we talk about the dissipation of this energy and we look ahead at June, we can't take June out of context of the big overarching shifts and changes that are happening. So I do want to just say, bear in mind as we talk about the changes for this week or the energies for this week, as well as the energies for the month of June, bear in mind that we're in an overarching cycle that's going to last well into 2027 and maybe beyond, where things are being disrupted, systems are being disrupted, things are breaking down. Chaos is part of our theme, but really chaos is part of our theme because we're in a cycle of reorganization, realignment, rebuilding, birthing something new. And this disruption cycle that we're in is an essential cycle that's part of the birthing process. Think of it as like transition, and transition is, of course, part of the birth process. When we're in labor, transition is that hardest part right before birth. And certainly when we talk about transition, we also have to remember that the process of labor itself has contractions. So we have cycles of contraction and cycles of relaxation and cycles of contraction and movement and then transition. And so be aware that as we play with these energies and work with these energies and be in this overarching cycle, that we have to be resilient and adaptive. We have to be able to endure the changes at hand. So it's a long game. It's a long game, and it's a long game that's really leading to a revolution, not a rebellion. That's in the short term, but a revolution. And that means that when we get those pauses between contractions, we need to take advantage of those times because those times are essential for us to take a breath, to recalibrate, to remember that we're designed to play, we're designed to collaborate, we're designed to be and work not only on ourselves in this deep, deep dive way that we've been working on ourselves, but to also reach out and be in community with each other. We will continue to see as we go through these cycles that our community is one of our greatest resources. So please take advantage of June and see June as an opportunity for us to explore how do we play, rest, renew, recharge, regenerate. What do we need to do to stay resilient during this time of massive change? So, June, one of the things that you're going to love about June is one of our many overarching themes is going to shift, but I'm going to talk more about that next week. What I want to really bring to our awareness this week is we have a lovely thing happening with Jupiter. Jupiter, first of all, sextiles Venus this week. And then on Sunday, Venus conjuncts Mercury. These are two really nice short-term aspects that give us some reprieve, if you will, this week for the energy at hand. So Venus sextiles Jupiter, and we're looking at, when we're just talking about sextiles, we're a relationship between Venus and Jupiter on Wednesday. And that sextile highlights the gate 3, the gate of innovation, and the gate 15, the gate of compassion. Now, here's some things for us to think about. And I would certainly invite you to get ready for this energy Monday, Tuesday, so that you're in the flow of it when Wednesday comes around. And basically what Venus and Jupiter are saying, remember, Venus is a place of beauty. It's a place where we cultivate our value, where we stand in our value, and Jupiter expands upon our blessings. So it's this beautiful, lovely connection that invites us to step into an opportunity to expand on our blessings, but we can't do it. We can't innovate in an expansive way until we do one really important thing, and that is we have to reframe our perspective from victim to victor. We have to look at where are we sitting perhaps in old stories, where are we looking at what we don't have instead of appreciating what we do have. Gratitude is kind of the key that's going to unlock these lovely energies for us on Wednesday. And gratitude is such a ridiculously simple energy, right? It's so simple. And it's something that we oftentimes have a lot of resistance to. The thing that's so interesting about gratitude, we literally have I can't tell you how many reams of data, scientific research on gratitude. Gratitude opens the heart. Gratitude puts us in a state of coherence. Gratitude shifts our energy on a cellular level. Gratitude brings us into, an aligned, highly creative state. When we think about the brain, right, attention creates neuron focus firing. Attention creates brain patterns. When we put our energy and our attention as creating brain firings, right, neuro firings, when we create a practice of gratitude, we put our attention on what we have versus what we don't have. And when we're focusing on what we have, then we expand our creativity and we position ourselves energetically and even physiologically to be able to receive more, to create more, to be positioned to find the breakthrough to the next elegant solution to whatever challenge might be facing us. So this Venus Jupiter sextile is really inviting us to cultivate our gratitude, find what is working, and then explore in collaboration with others, compassion, sharing, giving, working together. Now, let's talk about compassion in the gate 15 for a minute. When we talk about sharing and the sharing that's rooted in the gate 15, this isn't about giving away stuff. This isn't mean you can do that, and I'm not saying don't do that if you feel called to do that, but it's really about sharing yourself. It's about cultivating an authentic narrative that's so strong and so powerful that you cultivate your own inner sense of enoughness. And from that place of enoughness, you overflow and you share not only what you have, but who you are. And that energy leads to collaboration and innovation. And so good time to hang out with friends, make connections, answer emails, return people's calls. Think about who maybe you want to reach out to, who might you want to serve, who might you want to support in some ways, because that's the energy that we get on Wednesday. Now, Sunday, before we start next week's evolution report, on Sunday, Venus is conjunct Mercury again in this gate 15 energy, this energy of sharing and compassion. And so when we have, again, this energy, another sweet, sweet day for us to explore, how can we, with our authentic self, without hidden motivations, but simply with the pureness of our loving hearts, connect, collaborate, share, support, nurture, take care of not only ourselves, but each other. And to remember that the thing that we have to share that no one else can give the world is ourselves, is our hearts. And to really, really explore, what do you have? What gifts and strengths, what experiences, what knowledge, what wisdom, what do you have that you can bring to others that no one else can bring? And to not devalue it, but to recognize that you are designed to receive enough, to use your own enoughness, to turn around from that enough place and give to others, to share with others. All right, so that's exciting because we've had some energy lately and it's been tense and hard and rough, and we've had solar flares and solar activities on top of it. So it's kind of a nice deep breath, a nice restorative, regenerative place. And certainly I would say the restoration and the regeneration that's coming with this energy really involves us getting back reconnected with each other, being in community with each other. All right, the sun this week highlights the gate 35 all week. That's the gate of experience. We are grounded in the gate 5, the gate of consistency. So this is, again, we talked about how so much of this season that we're in, this Gemini energy, is about the throat center, and the sun will transit through over the next few weeks all of the gates of the throat center. The gate 35 is where we talk about our experiences. It's one of the it's a storytelling gate. It's where we get to share what happened to us. What did we learn? What did we endure? What did we experience? And certainly when we look at it in the context of these Venus, Jupiter sextile and the Sunday Venus conjunct Mercury happening, it's a time where we are here to share our own stories in order for us to impact each other. We talk a lot about trauma, and we talk a lot about the impact of trauma on our own lives, and even on our collective trauma. We don't often talk about post-traumatic growth. We talk about post-traumatic stress, but we don't talk about post-traumatic growth. This is the time when we get to share our traumatic experiences, those experiences that we have endured, that we have used as catalysts, that we have grown from, that have been important parts of our expansion. And we get to use these stories to give them to others to create vicarious post traumatic growth. We don't all have to go through all of the horrors of it. We don't. We can, through the experiences and the stories of others, also experience the growth and the lessons without actually having to walk through the fire or stand on broken glass barefoot. So please take this time to really explore what the value do you have? And I promise you, you have something of value. You, your heart, your stories, your experiences. What do we have of value that we can share with each other? How can we use our stories? How can we use our experiences to collaboratively benefit vicariously and even literally from the sharing of our stories so that we can transmit the changes and the shifts in our own lives and maybe even potentially support someone else going through something similar or teach somebody something new from our own experiences, from our own broken hearts, even. All right. So we have a shift, as I've been talking about, of Jupiter into the gate 15. This starts on Monday. And again, big, lovely, cycle, because Jupiter will hang out for a while, of Jupiter highlighting this 15 energy, stirring up in us a potential growth and compassion. So again, like I said, it's been a divisive, polarized, intense, stressful year. Energy is not gone. Okay. It's not gone, and it's important, and it has a function, and it's going to come back, and it's going to play out in different arenas, and it's going to be in and out until 2027. The goal is to cultivate resilience and endurance, and to do it collaboratively and collectively. And certainly Jupiter highlighting this gate 15 says we will grow forward, all of us, personally, on a community level, collectively. We will have impact on ourselves and each other when we cultivate compassion, when we get better and better at standing in each other's shoes and looking at the life from each other's perspective and listening to each other's stories. So take some time as we're in this really sweet energy to reach out and be together, to connect with each other, put some salve on our wounds, hug it out, dance it out, have a glass of wine, go play trivia somewhere, go do something where you can connect with others. It's an important part of our story. It's an important part of how we be in the world. We're not really designed, no one, not even manifestors with all individual circuitry, no one is designed to do it alone. No one is designed to be alone. So let's be together, because collectively we can do whatever it is we need to do to make the shifts and changes in this world. Take good care of each other. Take good care of yourself. Have a great week. I'll talk to you next week.